Oh, hey guys, this is Ralph here doing a quick video of a Mini Cooper that I'm selling for a friend of mine, and it's a beautiful sunny day in Corpus Christi, so I thought get out and enjoy the weather and do this video because I don't think this is going to last long. I'll do a quick walk around and then review the features of this Mini Cooper. This is an S model. That's the 189 horsepower, like 220 pound-feet of torque. It's a turbocharged. This thing is so small that I think it could fit in the back of our pickup truck. It's even smaller than our Z3 over there. But it is apparently a cute car. That's not my words, that's my wife and daughter and even son-in-law think it's interesting and cool looking, kind of a retro to the old Mini Coopers. This one is actually made by BMW, I believe. I say that because I did a little research on them, and also has a BMW logo right there on the windshield. It is made in Germany because I'm doing the VIN. It will tell me it's made in Germany, so I believe it is made next to all the other BMWs. It's definitely a sporty ride. This is a hatchback. Pops open. It does have 4 seats, amazingly enough. These seats do fold down like so. That one, obviously, the back is too far. Has a little cigarette lighter for charging back there. I don't know who's going to charge. I guess somebody in the back seat. One thing on the outside I thought was interesting, how close these tires are to the wheel well. Obviously, there's not a lot of movement in the suspension. These are very low profile tires. These are 205/45 ZR17 tires. So I had to look up a YouTube video on how to open the hood on this. It's right there. If you can see where my hand is, you have to reach up. You'll feel a little latch and you push up on it. Oh, I have some water dripping down from my washing. And there's the engine. It's a inline 4, front wheel drive. Other thing I had to look up was, where is the battery? Because this one does have a, well, it's been sitting for a while. I shouldn't say it's got a low battery. It's been sitting for a while, so I did have to jump it. And the battery is right there. You have to pull these down, and there it is. A couple other little things I had to look up was where the dipstick is. Now this one, it might be sheared off, but that is the dipstick right there. And where to fill the washer fluid. Here it is right here. On the other side, it's a little snap, just like the battery. I do like how big or how wide these doors open. Look how that thing is almost straight up. And the same with the door. I meant the hood. And here's the door, almost straight out. Gives you a lot of room. This thing's so small, I washed the thing in probably about 10 minutes. It's been raining here the last few days and got it all water spotted, so went ahead and washed it before the video. Here's where my wife couldn't figure out how to get the glove box open. There it is. Go through the gauges real quick. This is a 6-speed, tight ratio gears. They have the control for the center console there. Look at where the gate, or where the speedometer is, right in the middle. And you got the tach in front of the driver. I guess if this is a racing heritage mobile, you don't really care about the speedometer, you care about the tachometer for your shifting. Nice racing pedals. This one has 2 sets of floor mats. I got the like WeatherTech type. They're not WeatherTech, but they are like WeatherTech rubber ones on top of the regular ones. This is a 2013 model. I don't know if I said that. Here's the key fob in it. You can start it remotely, however this key fob apparently doesn't work for it. I tried replacing the battery and I have to do a little research on it. Normally they have a ring around it. There is another key fob with this and maybe that one works. Anyway, just stick it in there and there it is. So it's a push button start. This one has 26,512 miles. That's why I say it shouldn't last long for selling it for $12,995, and that's well under market value for a quick sale. This couple other features. This one has obviously power everything. The trip computer, all infotainment system here in the center console. I like how the radio shows the call stations. I don't know that I've ever seen that in a car, but maybe I don't have a new enough car. Auto lights over here, the windshield wipers over here, radio controls on the left side, cruise control on the right side of the steering wheel, mirrors over here, mirror adjustments, power mirror adjustments. This is all to control the infotainment system. It does have a sport mode. I tried that, I didn't notice a difference, but and traction control off there. One other little weird quirk about this though is to get out of the car when it locks, and it does auto lock, you pull it, that unlocks it, but it does not open the door. You have to pull it twice. A couple of people thought that they were stuck in here, but just pull it twice. One other reason I think this is made by BMW is the controls are very similar to BMW. You can select the top, the bottom, the middle. That's just like a BMW does. And to turn this off, you have to go all the way down for off. There's no just on off. You have to just press it all the way off. So that's exactly like the BMW Z3 over there. Another thing that's like BMW is all the information, the trip computer information, is accessed by the pushing the stalk on the turn signal. So there you go, miles per gallon, the outside temperature, and so on. And also, I didn't mention it, but this is like carbon fiber here, like the racing type of carbon fiber. And one other weird thing I noticed was to turn on the wipers, you click up and it's still on. It didn't click into anything. I have to click down to turn it off. Similar to the turn signals. One thing I really like about it is this huge panoramic sunroof, but if I do open that up, I won't be able to talk, so I'm gonna have to close that. While I was looking up, I just noticed this has a side sun visor on the driver's side. Kind of interesting, but very small. But I'm sure it's useful. It does have the grab handles on the front and the rear. The rear seats to get into are back behind here. The seat controls are all manual on this model. Front and in the middle is where the seat leans back. My wife couldn't figure that one out either, so it's not obvious. Normally it's on the right side, but this one's on the left side. And you got this, not a center console, but it's an armrest, I guess. Doesn't have anything in it. Okay, let's go for a ride. First thing I noticed in this, when you do the turn signals, it doesn't stay down, it returns back and then if you need to cancel it, you have to go the other way. It's not my favorite design. I like when they stay. All the controls are little toggle switches. You can see for the lights, for the panoramic sunroof, for turning on the fog lights. The windows are in the center here, and the door lock, there's one door lock for both doors, and that's in the center. It's got plenty of power with the 180 horsepower. This is a 2,800 pound vehicle, so it's the same size as or same weight as the BMW Z3 that we had in the parking lot. And lots of torque. I have it in 4th gear right now, and it gets up and moves quick. Oh, there goes a Fiat that looks like the Mini. The clutch is very easy to handle, as well as the stick. Easy to find the gears. Steering's, I wouldn't say it's light, but it's not heavy either. Being a small car like this, I wouldn't expect it to be too heavy, but it does take a little effort when you're sitting still. You can feel or you can hear the bumps. I can feel them, but it's definitely meant for a track, I would think. Being this is a bumpy Corpus Christi road. I know a lot of people like this tight suspension. The gears are low enough I can start in 2nd easily without ever going into 1st. I guess 1st would be if you really wanted to take off quick. You can flick this thing around easily and get into tight spaces. I can go through cars with ease. That's the best thing about this, is it's so small that you can fit it anywhere. Also, being small, it does have good gas mileage. I think this one's rated at 2635. You can check the website. Well, we're back from the road test, and I didn't get into performance too much. I looked it up, and 0 to 60 time is about 6.5 seconds, and the quarter mile is high 14s. That's pretty good for a little 4-cylinder, 189 horsepower car. I think it's actually better than that Z3. I didn't double check on that, but it definitely feels fast. A couple other features I'll point out is it does have the compass there, has Bluetooth connectivity, has aux and USB connection. It does not have a backup camera, which is surprising for 2013. Another thing I didn't really like was this visor. It's clear, so on a sunny day that would be really bright. Overall, the car is fairly roomy for a small car, and I know a friend of mine that has one and he's 6'2", over 300 pounds, and he fits in it. Another thing that you may have noticed in the video is that's where the gas gauge is. It's in these little bars, which is pretty interesting. I think all the gauges, they tried to be unique. I like the car for a small, just get around town car. I wouldn't like it for long trips because it's too stiff, in my opinion. But it definitely is a fun little car, especially for like a town like here, Corpus Christi, just going around town, going to the beach. So that's my review. Hope you enjoyed. Give me a like if you do.